Top 5 things you need to know about the skill tree reconfigured. Hi friends, I'm still TTB. Welcome back to Mechwarrior Online News. Matt came out with a new video, top 5 things you should know about the reconfigured skill trees. And thankfully, not only is there a video, it's also posted right here. 5 points. Number 1, your old skill trees will still work. That means that if you have a mech that has 91 out of 91 points, it will still have the same 91 out of 91 points in the new skill tree. It's all gonna still be selected. You're not losing anything. Number 2, when you click the skills tab to change your skills, orphaned nodes will be locked and the skill points will be returned to that mech. So as soon as you click the skills tab to change your skills, you will get your skill points returned if these nodes are orphaned and they're gonna be locked. Number 3, you can select or deselect a whole tree to make skilling a mech easier. That means if you want to take, for example, as you've seen maybe on the PTS videos, if you want to take the full heat containment, or if you want to take full range, you don't have to click range 1, range 2, range 3, range 4, and so on. You just click range 10 on the bottom and just is going to automatically populate the whole tree. It's a really nice quality of life improvement that PGI made here. Really nice, and looking forward to clicking that. Number 4, really important for all the critics. The cost of skill points has been reduced, so you will have to pay less C bills per skill point. That's really nice, especially for newer players. Less bit of a grind to get your mech skilled out. And number 5, last but not least, everyone gets 5 GSP per mech they own. That's 5 skill points that you can use on any mech for every mech you own. So for example, I own about 600 mechs, so I'm going to get around 3000 GSP. Yep, that ought to last about 5 years. Alright, let's have a look at the video. Let's see what Matt is saying, and let's see if we said the correct things. Hopefully this is not going to be redundant, but nevertheless, it's always nice to hear from Matt, so here we go.
Greetings, Mech Warriors. It's Matt from Piranha Games with the top 5 things you need to know before we drop skill trees reconfigured next week.
Love the videos, Matt, by the way. Request. Creator request. Can we please have little stars over the MWO account email? Because every time you disconnect from MWO, if any problems happen, if you want to log in, it shows your account email in plain text, and that just doesn't feel good. So can we please have stars here as well? That would be amazing.
So the number 1 thing you're going to need to know is that when you drop on Tuesday and you jump in there and you've got a mech with 91 skill nodes like the spider has, you don't have to do anything. You can continue to drop with that previous skill configuration and your mechs will just all work. The number 2 thing you need to know is that when you do click on a mech and it has orphan nodes, you're going to get a warning that's going to tell you that it's locked the orphan nodes and returned those skill points to your mech. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So this spider, which had 91 nodes, about 17 of them were orphan nodes, so they all got locked and those skill points got returned. As you go into these mechs,
orphan nodes means that they're not connected. So for example, in the old skill tree, you could have, as it shows right here, you could have range 3 and then configure the skill tree in the firepower tree so that you could also have range 5 and range 6. And in the new skill tree, you're gonna have to take range 1, range 2, range 3, range 4, and so on. So these nodes will be quote-unquote orphaned, and that means they will just be locked, and those skill points that you spent on them will be returned. So if you so let's say, for example, let's make a stupid example. If you had 5 skill points in range and they're all orphaned, they'll all be returned to you, and then you can take your 5 skill points and go range 1, range 2, range 3, range 4, and 5. So you don't lose anything.
If there's orphan nodes, they're just going to get pruned right off the tree. Those skill points are going to get returned to your mech. The reason we did this is that the experience of trying to fix a skill tree with orphan nodes was unintuitive, and then you would actually have to spend more skill points. This way, we're returning skill points to you, and you can spend them how you want. So the third thing I want you to remember is how easy it is to click at the bottom of a skill tree node and equip every one of them, or even click at the top and unequip all of them. A lot easier, a lot faster to skill mechs.
Yep, that's a really, really good quality of life improvement that they did. And here's the thing, guys. I caught myself clicking every skill point. up until Matt came into the stream and was like, hey, make sure to click just on the bottom, and like, boom, oh, hey, this is just so much easier. So remember that you can click on any node in between the minimum and the maximum, and it's still going to populate all the skill tree nodes in between automatically. Quality of life is a good thing. More of that, please.
The fourth thing you got to remember is that we actually reduced the cost of purchasing skill nodes. So one skill node now costs 500 XP or GXP and 25,000 C bills. It used to be 800 XP and 45,000 C bills. So that's 60% of what the previous cost.
They have lowered the cost for skill points to 60%. That is nice. That is really, really nice. That means you're going to be a lot faster in skilling your mechs. As I said, like for me, somebody who already has a lot of mechs that are skilled out completely, that's not gonna matter so much. But for people who are more casual or for people just starting out the game, this is going to be really nice.
So a 40% reduction. You should be skilling your mechs much faster now. So the fifth thing I want you to remember is actually new news. We're going to be giving you guys 5 GSP per mech that you own to spend any way you want. That's right, 5 GSP per mech you own. So if you have 50 mechs, that's 250 GSP. If you have 100 mechs, that's 500 GSP. If you've got 1,000 mechs, and I know there's some of you out there with 1,000 mechs, you're going to get 5,000 GSP to spend however the heck you want. So lots of fun experimenting, lots of events going on, event queues getting released at the same time, but can't wait for you guys to check it out on the 24th. It's going to be...
The reason why we're getting GSP is also because, of course, they have in the back of their heads, event queue is releasing and they want people to play around with stuff. Because we've seen on the PTS, on the public test server, that when you play event queue, you might want to take different skills. Because you might want to, like, if it's like super fast mechs, for example, you want to get maybe, instead of your firepower tree, maybe you want to get more movement speed, right? Or faster braking, faster accelerating, all of that stuff. And normally you didn't have that stuff reselected here. Or maybe it's going to be something with jump jets and nobody ever skills the jump jet tree. And with all the GSP that you have, even if you already have a lot of mechs that are skilled out, you're going to find some use for those GSP. You don't have to worry about it. You can just play around with stuff and get into the event queue. So that, I think, is a smart thing and a really good thing that did it here.
Be a lot of fun skilling your mechs now in Mechwarrior Online. See you then.
I don't know, there's still something about the Atlas walking menacingly about around. The only thing is, this is basically... Hang on. I need to get back. I need to go a little bit back. This is the perspective of a light mech. You're literally looking at the light at the Atlas's crotch, and you can't do anything about it because you can't bend that far. But that's a story for a different video. Well, guys, what do you think about the reconfigured skill tree changes? What do you think about the new stuff happening and about the free GSP that everybody's going to be receiving for each single mech? Let me know in the comments and down below. And of course, if you enjoy this content, if you'd like to support me, you can either become a channel member by clicking the join button, you can hit the super thanks button, or you can also support through various other means, links in the video description below. Enjoy life, guys. This has been TTB, signing off.